Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 325 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Schwan.
How we doing?
Fantastic. Microphone's a little off, dibbity-wobbity. Excuse me. This podcast, and that burp, by the way, is brought to you by Derek Bamford. But if this is the first time you're ever seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week, except last week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where we got a lot of different benefits, but the most popular tier is the $5 producer tier, where you can watch us record the podcast live on YouTube, as we're doing right now. The podcast was brought to you by Coca-Cola. I wish. Oh, my God, we'd be rich. You get a bonus episode every month, and the podcast goes live on YouTube one day early. Some of our patrons deserve a shout-out, just like our patron saints, Derek Bamford and John Tingley, who has a bar named after him. Also, our affiliates, James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and More over on YouTube. Sarah Solar and Mom. Not here. As well as our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Dustin Downs, and Chris Peralta. Also, make sure you check out PS Rewind over on YouTube as well. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. How you doing, Sean?
I'm feeling a little gassy.
If it takes that long, you got to abandon.
It's not worth it. Yeah. Abandon ship.
Abandon ship. Today is June 12th as we are recording this. And do you know what that... Well, you do.
I do.
Thing. Did you know?
I
didn't know, but I did. It's the 15th anniversary of Metal Gear Solid 4. As big a Metal Gear fan as I
also
am.
15 anniversary. Well, maybe not today.
15 anniversary.
Never mind. Go on.
Thank you, Sean.
Roughly the 15-year anniversary of me getting my PS3. But I don't think I got it on MGS4 release date.
But you got it for it.
Within a week, probably.
I did not get to play this the day it came out, as I've said on the podcast before, but I can't remember the last time I did. Talk about it. I was up in New York visiting the fam, and I remember calling GameStop to be like, hey, you're not going to get rid of my limited edition, right? You're not going to give it to anybody. And they're like, no, you're good. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be back in a couple of days. It'll be there? Yeah, it'll be there. And man, I can't think of any other game. The closest thing, honestly, is probably Breath of the Wild, that my opinion started way up here. And then over the years, it's just do.
See, I don't think I was ever that high on it. I remember being like, this is cool, at best. And I think even that was artificially flavored, artificially inflated by just it being the first time I played a PS3. So it was like, whoa. But that's not good.
It's not good. The reason I say, first off, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. At the time, I thought it was a 10 out of 10 too. 10-2, Final Fantasy. It was just for me, having loved that series so much, the fact that Kojima was just like, fine, y'all want me to tie everything up? Watch what I do. And he tied everything up more than he should have. It was ridiculous, and Johnny Poopy Pants is one of the best parts. But it's not really even a Metal Gear game. There's hardly any stealth. Wow, James has never even played a PS3 in his life. Wow.
I mean, if you were ever going to miss a system, miss a PlayStation, that's probably the one to miss.
Well,
I think 1, 2, 4, and 5 all had 5 even in its infancy, all had way more memorable games than PS3.
Also, PS3, the Uncharted trilogy got ported to PS4. Last of Us got a remaster on PS4. God of War 3 got a remaster on PS4.
That's true. I guess there were some good games on it,
but I'm saying a lot of them you can play on the PS4.
Yeah.
And if you had a 360 then, which I assume is what James means, and now you've got a PS4 or PS5, you can play all those best games pretty much, except Metal Gear Solid 4, and it's not one of the best games.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's more a third-person shooter. The only part where there's really stealth.
Metal Gears of War.
Yes, you're the first one to make that joke. The section in Paris or whatever it is when you're just walking around in a trench coat following the guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes from there to an on-rail shooter. And it's just so weird. The best part, though, I didn't have it spoiled for me. This was before. I guess I was on Twitter then. Or no, I think I was on Twitter in 09. I didn't have it spoiled for me. Was going back to Shadow Moses. And that in and of itself was just like...
Do you see, like, all of it? Like, I don't remember...
You don't go through all of... Like, you don't go up the tower, but you go through the snowfield and
don't
stuff.
You fight, like,
then you fight the sniper robot lady.
Oh, see, I don't remember that. Do you fight a helicopter or something again?
No. You get a flashback of it.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strictly Nintendo until Wii U. Then I got my Xbox One, then PS4. Well, there you go. Didn't own a 360 either. Well, okay. I had a friend with a PS2, but I don't know if I've ever played a PS1 either. I don't think the PS1's that great.
Metal Gear.
Final
Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Symphony.
Final Fantasy 8 and 9, depending on
8 and 9.
your preferences.
Yeah. Chrono Cross.
But Metal Gear, happy anniversary, happy birthday, I guess it would be. It's the anniversary of the release. It's the birthday of the game. I don't know. Hopefully when the Master Collection Volume 2 comes out, it'll be on there. The fact that you can put... That's the thing that's just so stupid. So, you can't play Metal Gear Solid 4 because it's locked to PS3. Like I just said, how many PS3 games that were all made on the cell have been ported to the PS4 PS5?
Yeah.
It's a dumb excuse. Like, they just remastered them. And maybe it's because they're first-party games. It was easier to know what they were doing. I don't know. Maybe. I assume at some point we'll be able to play it on modern hardware, but maybe we don't need to. Sean, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah. I think we talk about this from time to time.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
This kind of fits into the category of, like, sayings and, like, where do they come from? And... Okay. When you make a beeline for something, you're like, right at it. But when I think of a bee walking, I picture them doing their little dance and like doing a lot of this, which is the opposite of a beeline. Where does make a beeline for come from?
Also, is it BEE or is it just B-line?
Oh, I always assumed it was BEE, which is maybe why in my head it didn't make sense, because bees are always like doing their little butt shaky dance and they're going back and forth.
Well, also, and when they fly, they don't go straight either.
No, they bumble. That's not a verb, but...
They bumble.
Are you going to look it up?
Yep.
The phrase finder.
The phrase derives from the behavior of bees. It is BEE line.
But
when a forager bee finds a source of nectar, it returns to the hive and communicates its location to the other bees using a display called the waggle dance.
Yeah, it's a little butt dance.
Hey, guys, I found it. The other bees are then able to fly directly to the source of the nectar, that is, make a beeline for it. The dance is a surprisingly sophisticated means of communication for a creature with such a small brain. I would argue
it's hilarious that they can just like shake their butt and they're like, Johnny's saying there's nectar over at a flower that's over that. Like, how does he?
And then they just go.
Okay, well, now we know.
So it's not the bee itself just makes a beeline for it. The bee finds it and then it shakes its ass at its buddies and says, it's there. Yeah, what the hell are these bees?
Well, I still don't think it makes sense, but
I get it, but I'm not that good with
Demon's Souls.
Bees. Can't think of any other Sony PS3 exclusives that were ported to PS4. Demon's Souls, that doesn't count. But there are those. And even, like I said, though, God of War 3, it got a remaster. Like, you can sell games, especially a game like that like Metal Gear is so synonymous with PlayStation. If we get through these master collections and that's the only one you can't play, that's ridiculous.
They'll figure it out.
And I know I could plug up my PS3, find my little 2-ounce DualShock 3, and I could play it. I don't want to. I want to play it on PS4 and PS5 because it actually will hopefully run better. Not like 15 frames a second or whatever the thing was running at. Any other B questions, Sean?
That was the only B question.
Sean, what order do you want to take these in?
I've been busy.
So what order do you want to take them in? Or is there anything you played that I haven't?
All right, let's cover your first one.
Okay. So as we said last week, Zelda beat it. I think I'm kind of done now.
Okay.
I'm over 135 hours.
Oh, I don't know what my time's at, but you're way ahead of me. I'm probably still around like 100.
You were way more efficient than I was then.
Do you know what percent you got up to?
Last time I checked, it was 50 some low 50s.
Okay. I think I'm like 51, 52.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it occurred to me. Talk about, and it's not really a saying. It's just like a weird. I remember reading this on the internet a while ago, and it like stuck with me. And you'll see the connection as soon as I say it. There's this thing that's like it was like a list of like things that you'll hear that will make you. I don't know. Anyways, what it is what it is anybody that has kids, you don't know it. You don't know it until after the fact.
That you were in the good old days.
But there will always come a day where you have picked up your child for the last time. You pick them up and you put them down. I pick things up and put them down. And you don't realize that was the last time you picked it up.
I see where you're going.
Until you're like, wow, I haven't picked them, That's kind of where I'm at with Zelda. Like,
are you finally going to put your Switch back online, Mr. Duplication?
I don't know, because there will probably be DLC.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if... I almost think your time on the Switch doesn't update unless you're online.
Oh, really? I don't know. I'll have to check. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of where, like, all of a sudden it's been a while. I mean, a while. Probably like 3-4 days since I've played. And I'm like, I think I'm kind of done now. Yeah. Like,
so we've both
there's plenty more that I could theoretically do, but I'm like, I kind of feel like I've done the important stuff.
So we've both gotten all the shrines.
Yep.
152, 120 light roots. James is playing The Witness. I couldn't play that game. I'm not smart enough. And it got to the point where, like, before that, I was just like, I used to, if I saw Lionel, I was not going to fight it. I was like, Mr. Ritchie, I'm not going to deal with you right now. You get it. Okay. I was going to sing a song, and one didn't come to my head, so I couldn't do it. Probably a good
all
thing.
night long.
That's what I was trying. All night. So then I was just hunting Lionels all day and all night. Yeah. And they were so easy to beat. Like, I shouldn't say easy. They were still difficult, but like I remember the first one I beat, I died 3 or 4 times at it before I finally got the hang of how to beat it. And then they're all the same, except for some of the ones you find down below. They've got armor on, so you got to get rid of that first.
Yeah.
And then I used to run away from Gleox, and now when I find one, I run towards it. I still haven't fought the one on the bridge.
If you beat a King Gleoc,
yeah,
I mean, you're fine.
But the stupid thing, like you said, where it goes up and it just rains hell down on you, I'm like, when it's a King Gleoc and it's like ice, lightning, fire, boom, and I'm like, boom, bing, boom, and I'm just bouncing from thing to thing. I finally had enough time. I got a schematic from one of the Yiga outpost things that was like an instant shelter thing. It's like just concrete blocks that go boom, 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 boom. And I just I got to where like I had a little bit of a break. I went auto build, boom, down, just put it into this thing here, and I got under it. I was like, okay, I'm safe. And the stuff was hitting, and I was like, oh, is this gonna break? I don't know. But then I finally got to the point where the ice stopped, and then I jumped on because the lightning makes I don't know what the fire does. Is it just fireballs? Yeah,
balls. I think so.
And I rode it up there. And then I rode another, and then I got close enough, like bing, 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 and he fell down. And then, actually, he fell down dead. That was the last time I killed him.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that was the last hits I got at him. So he's not scary. The only thing I haven't done is Molduga, I guess.
They're easy.
Yeah. I'm like, I was hunting the Lionels. Like I looked up at one point, I did a run where I killed like 10 or 11 in a row because I was like, I want cool stuff that looks cool and is damaging to just have. Like I don't want to fuse a sword to like a bokoblin horn thing and then it's just sticking on the end. It's like this pink, like the Horoblin, one of the like the pink Horoblin horn thing, and it just sticks on the end of your sword. I'm like, nope, destroy this. This looks stupid. I'm not using this. Link would not do this. And it took me forever to realize that you can fuse to the Master Sword too.
Confuse it with what?
Anything. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can fuse it, but you only see it when you use it.
Right. That's what I like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, after I got all the light roots, I was like, I'm not going Korok hunting.
No.
There's no way in hell. I started looking at hero mode. And I was like, there are places I have not even been to. So, like, if I pick it back up this week, which I think I probably will, I'm just going to go hero mode and be like, okay, where have I not even gone to at all? Like, okay, maybe there's something there. There's a cave. Maybe there's a cave. There's something that I could do.
Yeah.
I just had so much fun, I didn't want to stop playing it. But I did to play some other games. Now, do you want to talk about something else before we talk about those two? Or do you have anything else on Zelda?
Nothing else on Zelda.
It's easily my game of the year right now, and it's not even close.
I will say I played something else, got a platinum, and then after that, I'm like, well, now what? And so I started looking online at the Days of Play sale, whatever. I'm like, maybe I'll find something. Or I started looking through the PS Plus catalog and all that. And I'm like, nothing's really like speaking to me. So then I went to look at the sale. I saw for $20, 40 down to $20. Dark Souls Remastered.
Wait, didn't you already beat this? Or no, you did 3.
I did 3.
Oh, okay.
So I'm finally playing the not the original,
boy.
the remaster of the original.
Now, do you know, did they change anything for it? Or is it really just remastered?
I think it's really just remastered.
Or not, that's not the phrase.
Quality of life.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm definitely not going into it with the mindset of getting the platinum. Like, I like Dark Souls 3 a lot more before I started going for the platinum. It's still a phenomenal game, but like I kind of just want to leave this unsullied by the quest of the platinum. It is good, but you can tell it's like I never played the original Demon Souls, and it's like this isn't even the original Dark Souls, but like it's very much a it's not as good as Dark Souls 3. It's not as pretty. It's not as... There's a lot of things that like they definitely improved on as the series went on. It's fun. I mean, it's exactly what you would think it would be, but like maybe it's just been a while.
It's been a while.
I mean, it would have been Dark Souls 3, I guess. But I feel like I never felt all that lost in Dark Souls 3. This game, I'm just like, maybe it's just because it's brand new and I just don't know anything about it, but I'm like, I've got like 5 different ways I can go like right off the bat, and I'm like, I'm just getting like overwhelmed. I finally found a place that I'm like, this looks like where I should be. And so I've been playing through that. I beat one boss. I mean, I beat like the tutorial boss, and then I beat one actual boss, but it was very tough getting back into the Soulsborne mindset, control scheme, whatever, especially after Zelda. Even just like, I'm already finding like navigating menus is tough because I'm instinctively hitting circle now because I'm used to pushing A.
Oh,
and so it's just a total
mind.
I played a couple other things, but we can get into the next one.
Okay. So we did a live stream about a week and a half ago on the release day of Street Fighter 6, showing 1. Does that make us 2-2? Or does that make us 3-2?
I think it's 3-2.
Because we did the Nerd 901 thing. We did the Best of 75. We did the Street Fighter collection, the 30th anniversary collection. Did we do... Oh, we did Ultra Street... No, that was Nerd 901, the Ultra Street Fighter 4 thing, the first year.
Mm-hmm. So is this only the fourth one?
Yeah, so...
Or is it 3-1?
I think it might be 3-1. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, we've done like small little... Like we've done Mortal Kombat. I mean, it's mostly like verses and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like you tend to get the best of me on those. But yeah, I think I'm up 3-1 in the official.
I would like a rematch tournament. Zangief is banned.
Why?
Because he sucks. He's so freaking... Even Nick, he plays it for like a half hour and he's like, dude, Dad, Noah Nixon is just playing as Zangief and he is so broken. This is not even fun. Like, this is stupid. I'm like, I know. I just got my ass kicked by him for 2 hours. But it's a lot of fun. I haven't played it as much as I thought I was going to since I got it because I did go online one more time and got beat, but I haven't really been practicing or anything. I did the arcade mode a little bit and stuff. It doesn't seem like there's any big bad in this. Like that one guy who fights like this, I thought he looked like the big bad. There's no big bad. Everybody has their own last character.
Oh.
It's kind of like how Street Fighter Alpha was. Do you remember that? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I really liked it. I have been hearing from people that have reviewed it and talked about it on YouTube and stuff. People are saying really good things about that World Tour mode. That it is real once you get into it. It's not like Death Stranding where it takes 20 hours to get to Chapter 3. It's not like get through Chapter 3. It's not like that. But so I do want to give that a shot. And I looked up how you unlock the classic costumes. You can either buy them, which I'll probably end up doing, or you want to get your friend. All the fighters are in the World Tour mode. And when you find them, you try to become friends with them. And if you get your friendship level all the way up, then you unlock their alternate costume. I'm like, that's cool. So I just got to find Ryu and become his best friend.
But how do you become friends?
You give them gifts. No, I'm serious. You give them gifts, and only some people like certain gifts, but not others. So you have to make sure you're giving them the gift that they like to get your friendship level. I don't really understand, but I've heard good things about it, so I do want to give it a shot. I'm going to have to do it here in the next 10 days because once a certain game comes out. Oh, did you play that? I didn't. I didn't know if I should or not. I downloaded it, but then I just sat there staring at it like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I should.
I'll talk about it in a few.
Okay, so any other thoughts?
Need to play it.
Street Fighter 6. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the new mechanics. The L1 and L2 is just what I call them. The drive blocking thing, which Sean was milking like a mother. He's like, I'm Zangief. I will stand here like this and block you. Then I go, woo, boom. Oh my God. When I was doing arcade mode, that's it. One time when I was doing arcade mode, I was fighting Zangief. He beat me in round 2, I think it was. He caught me in midair. I don't know if it was a super move or what he did. He caught me in midair, did a 360 spinning tombstone pile driver. He came down on his knees with me facing him, not facing away. And I was like, what the frig was that? That was awesome. But God, thank God Sean didn't know how to do that. It's a lot of fun. Gift system sounds terrible. It probably is, but I want to give it a shot. But if anybody out there has Street Fighter 6, just add me on PSN. It'd be fun to play some matches online. KDubs 24. And then Sean and I both played a game that he has platinumed, and that's called Bat Boy. I'd never heard of this game. It just came out at the end of May. It's Shovel Knight without being Shovel Knight. It's an 8-bit pixel art. It's beautiful pixel art. Music's awesome.
Yeah.
Sean got the platinum in, what'd you say, like 5 hours or something?
I think I did it all in like 2, maybe 3 sessions. I would say 5-6 hours. Yeah.
I've had to walk away from this game multiple times because this game is hard as balls.
There's a couple. Yeah.
I'm now I made it to the last stage. So once I go back and get all the seeds, if I end up wanting to get the platinum, which
you should get the platinum. It's not bad at all.
But like once you get to a stage, if I'm missing a green seed and I find it, then I just exit out? Or do I have to beat the boss?
No, you can exit out.
So find the cassette.
I think the only thing you don't keep when you exit are the crystal, the gems, whatever, like the currency. But
to get the trophy for all the seeds, do you have to buy every seed and everything? Oh, I gotta do. Then I don't have to grind for the $9.99 coin thing, but I'm gonna have to grind to have enough to buy all the seeds.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an action platformer. reminds me of Mega Man a little bit. It's called Bat Boy because you play a boy that plays baseball. And he's got his friends, and they get kidnapped in this other galaxy and blah, blah, blah. So your weapon is a bat. You start out just being able to attack and jump. And as you go on, you have to fight 8 bosses. And every time you beat a boss, they show you how to do a new ability, which is cool. Did Shovel Knight do this? Because every time Colin talks about Shovel Knight, he's like, it's very much like Mega Man and blah, blah. But I'm like, I don't remember beating King Knight and then getting a power, did I?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. I feel like I don't really remember what any of them were, but you got powers and stuff.
So I've made it to the last level. Oh, I did get all 3 of the ingredients. I did all 3 of those. Once I had enough stamina.
That first one was by far, Sweet Tooth was by far the hardest.
Yeah.
What was the second screen, like when you clear the big gap, and then there's a checkpoint. And then it's just the one screen where you have to go around. And that's why I said you're going to want like 6 or 7 stamina, because I just like
what you had to do.
I just spammed the
L1.
grappling thing. I was like grab, and somehow I made it over there. I'm like, oh, thank God.
The thing that was giving me trouble was the last one, the last room of the lava thing where it's on top and bottom.
Oh, I died. Yeah,
because I was like, I don't have enough. I only had 5 stamina. I don't have 6 yet, because once I had enough, I was like, I'm just going to get more health. I need all the health in this game I can get. There's a part where after you go past the lava, you got to go down. There's spikes. You can do your dash move over to the wall, go down and go back up. I had to get to the end with 1 stamina left so I could do the invincibility thing to jump on the thwomps that come down and then get out of there. So I was like, okay, it doesn't really matter if I take damage, because I'm not going to die in this thing. I'm only going to hit the lava and have to start over, and then I can refresh everything anyway. So, but I'm in the last level where the green things are chasing you. I get to parts where there's 3 or 4 of them, and I'm just jumping. I'm going X square, X square. I'm like, I don't know where to go. Let me think.
If you're at a part where there's multiple chasing you, you're almost at the end.
I am. I think I've got one more save point. Then I assume I fight that one guy, because I know there's a trophy for fighting him 3 times. Yeah. And then the final boss, and then I've beaten it, I assume.
Yeah, the final boss has like a little bit of a stage before him. Okay. But it's not much.
But after you beat it, you can still travel the world map and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Is Bat Boy harder than Cuphead?
No.
No. And it's not harder than Cyber Shadow either. I wouldn't say. I think it's more difficult than Shovel Knight was.
It's really not. The only times I really struggled, I think it was
It's all the platforming stuff.
To me, it was the ocean level where you spend a lot of time underwater, because I kept drowning.
Oh, and I like how you get bubbles like Sonic.
Yeah. You like fall underwater so slow.
You can't speed up.
And I'm just like, oh, I got to get to the air. Jump. I'm like, come on.
And then you're down to red, and you're like,
come on. And then I jump again, and then I die. And then the lava, the fire level, lava, whatever. There's one room. It's like a U shape. Mm-hmm. And it's like those carts are going by. And you basically have to get down to the bottom, over, and then up.
But it's hard to tell what you can go through and what you can't. And if you jump on them, it's fine. If they hit you, it's not fine.
That room bothered me quite a bit. But honestly, after that, I didn't find it all that difficult. Some of the bosses were tough. But if you basically just use your stamina for your bubble thing, for the invincibility, like there's no reason to ever use your stamina for anything else, unless you have to, like for platforming to get by. Like you save it for the invincibility. That's the only way I could beat some of the bosses.
Well, but also before every boss, you've got the jukebox, you've got the drink thing there, so you can just buy them.
I never bought any of those because I just saved all my money for all the seeds and crap.
Yeah, well, see, I'm not as good as this game, so I
assume that is like one refills your health, one is stamina, and the other is both. Is that what the 3 are? Oh,
one is like a fairy when you die in Zelda.
Oh, okay.
The other is, it seems like it gives you 3 or 4 HP back and 2, maybe 3 stamina, and then the other one is just a bomb. So I use that. That's what I've been like. Usually when I get to a boss, I'm like, I'm not going to beat this on the first try. Let me see if I can just get to the second phase, and then I'm like, okay, this is what he does. Okay, cool. And then when I'm having a good run, using L1 and everything, I will then get closer to him and hit an R2. And if you do the bomb, it doesn't take up the whole screen, so you have to be somewhat near the boss. It takes away 4 or 5 HP. So it's powerful, but you only get, it's a one-time use, and once you use it, it's not like if you die you get it back. You got to buy it again.
Buy it again.
So you got to know, to use it when you think you're actually going to beat the guy.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. What do you think? I've been talking a lot.
I liked it a lot.
Sean Shoulder is tapping his mic and it's coming through.
Really? I mean, it's possible. Bat Boy. I liked it a lot. It was it's very much Shovel Knight, very much Mega Man. I found myself, with the exception of like the dash, the grappling hook,
the basketballs,
I never used
the double
any
jump
of
thing
that.
where you throw down a green thing.
Right, like I never used any of that.
It's
I
almost
forgot.
like there's too many moves.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
pretty
ground
much
pound thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just used like the bubble, invincibility, and then just the stuff that I needed to get around, like the dash and the grappling hook and that kind of stuff. But it was fun. It was a nice
palate cleanser.
Normally that would easily be in my top 10 at the end of the year. This year, I don't know. There's going to be some very good games left off of my top 10 this year.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Because you got to think, we've still got Final Fantasy 16. We've got that Lords of Exile game. I don't know when that's coming out, but I'm 100% in on it. If you haven't seen that, it's this 8-bit Castlevania-ish. It's not Castlevania-ish. It is Castlevania.
Hopefully Silk Song. Hopefully, what do you call it?
Starfield. I don't know what this is. Harry Potter.
Hades 2.
You ain't playing Hades 2 this year. It's only going to be PC.
Well, that's true. I just needed to come out for my draft.
Well,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, if I can't play it till next year, then that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It was a good game.
Yeah, if you like old school challenging action platformers, it's $15. Pick it up.
Yeah.
So Sean played the demo. Of Final Fantasy 16.
I'm not saying this is going to be my game of the year, but I would have thought case closed, end of story.
It's Zelda.
Tears of the Kingdom.
You're getting awfully close there. You were really... Why are you doing that? Why are you sitting like this?
Because I'm talking to you.
I know, but I'm not doing that. I just turned. No, I'm looking at you.
Not really knowing...
Did you get through the whole thing, like both parts?
I did the story thing. I haven't done. I finished literally right before I came over.
The battle demo.
I haven't done the battle thing. I think it's just like icon fights. I don't know if it's more like gameplay, whatever. It is beautiful. I think the voice acting is really good. I think the character, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris said in the Discord that like Clive is like already up there. As far as like new Final Fantasy characters go, which is pretty much, to me, I think of anything past like 10. I think he's the best character since 10. Like 11, which was online, doesn't count. 12 I loved, but the characters were kind of so-so. 13 didn't really care for. 14 online. 15 he's by far like, he's got a very interesting story. I don't want to give anything away. The demo is pretty crazy. Like this game starts out, a lot happens in the demo. I'll say that. Sets the stage for the game. There's a couple weird... Okay, so the controls are a little weird, and I only say that because I went from Zelda to Bloodborne, to Dark Souls, and now to this. And they're all kind of the same. You're all a dude running around fighting with a sword. And it's close to Souls-born games, but there's some weird things like L1 locks on, R1 evades.
Oh my god.
So there's weird, I mean, you get used to it.
What the hell does circle do?
Circle does that, like your little disappear and like it's like a dash, kind of like to close the gap and get right up next to an enemy.
Couldn't you do that in Final Fantasy 15? I think
there was something
because I played
like
the
that.
demo
Yeah.
for it. I remember something like that because I was fighting. The demo was just like a boss fight, and I remember tapping circle a lot.
Yeah. Square attacks, X jumps.
Okay. God. Not triangle like Zelda.
But there's some weird. There's a few weird things. And I mean, the game's done, and they're saying there's not even a day one patch. So I'm like, did they purposefully leave this out of the demo, or is this just the way it is?
Oh, there you go. I think some people move dodge to circle. God, I hope you can do that. Okay, sweet.
Oh, okay. There does not appear to be like MP, like mana. Like triangle uses magic. And you can just sit back and just like chucking fireballs all you want. There's no bar going down. There's no count. Like
weird.
So that, and they're not that strong. I mean, in theory, nobody's just going to sit there while you throw fireballs at them. They're going to come get you. So you can't literally just pick things off from afar. But it seems kind of weird that there doesn't appear to be MP. There's no mini-map, which I do not like. But maybe that could be something that they're like, you'll get a map, you just don't have it yet kind of thing. And then the world map, which I remember reading that the world map was similar to Final Fantasy X's. And Final Fantasy X didn't really have a world map until you got the airship. And then it's like, here's the world map, here's all the places you can go, you can fast travel to any of them. In this, it's like, all right, let's go to this swamp area. Okay. And then it's world map. And then it's like, here's how you use the world map. And then you basically just move your cursor over to this little red thing on the map, and you say, I want to go there. And then you're there. Like, it's not like you walk from this town to the swamp. Like, it seems like...
It's not just an open world.
Yeah, it seems like everything is its own confined space, and you fast travel just between them. Like, nothing seems to be linked. And we may have already known that. I don't know, but... And maybe that's something that's also just for the demo. Maybe they're like... Maybe in the real game there will be ways to... I don't know. It's not a bad thing. It's just different, especially for Final Fantasy.
So what is
because even in 10 you could walk from one end of the map to the other.
Oh, but you could. It's just for fast travel purposes.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this, I don't think you can. Like, it doesn't seem like you can walk from one place to another. Maybe some places you can. Maybe some are more interconnected and some aren't. But yeah, this might be the best demo I've ever played. I'll say that. There are lots of games don't have demos.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Lots of games have demos that I'm just like, well, that didn't really do it for me, but I'm still interested in the game. Not like I was ever on the fence for this game, but I mean, this is easily... there's not a whole lot left, I guess, at this point. I'm looking forward to this way more than Spider-Man.
Oh my God, that's right. Spider-Man is this year too.
Yeah. You've got to play this game. You can be, well, other than this second mode that unlocks, which it sounds like it's whatever you want it to be. I think I beat this right around 2 hours.
Yeah. I think they're both around 2 hours. Is what I heard. But now I do wonder, so like when we get the game, because your save data transfers over, so you just won't play the prologue in the main game, I guess, so you start 2 hours ahead?
Basically.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if you played it or not, because I was like, I don't know. Like I said, I downloaded it. It's sitting there, but I was like...
I really like the combat. It's been already like 6-7 months since I played Crisis Core, but I think it does kind of remind me of that, in that you only control Clive. You don't need to worry about your other people. They're doing their own thing.
I like that.
And it's not like over-the-top Devil May Cry or anything like that. It's not just like... crazy. You still need to be aware of your surroundings and, you know, evade and use. I mean, it doesn't really feel like Final Fantasy per se, but like I think this is just kind of what Final Fantasy is now. You're gonna love it. Like, I think you should play it just because it's awesome, but at the same time, it's like, well, it comes out in a week and a half. You could just wait at this point. It's not like it's not out for 6 months. I'm like, oh my God, you've got to play it. It's up to you. I think you should play it. But yeah, I think it's the best demo I've ever played.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to play it then. The other thing I just realized, we got to pick Noah and Nick up from camp that Friday, 6 hours away in Missouri. So I ain't playing it on release day. So I should play the demo.
This is right up there with Zelda, where I'm like,
take the day off.
I might take that day off. I might have to, but I'm like, I can't wait for this game.
Well, I'm definitely going to play it now. Then,
yeah,
that answers that. Did you play anything else? That was a lot. We don't normally talk that much about what we've been playing, unless it's Zelda for an hour.
I think that was it.
All right, Sean, do you want to get the news of the week, meaning all the different Not-E3 streams?
Let's do it.
All right, Sean. So first up, we got 3 things we're going to cover. I'm not covering Capcom because basically nothing happened except Pragmata got delayed again. They showed that thing in 2020 at the Future Gaming Show and said, not even coming in 21, not coming in 22, coming in 23. And now they've delayed it again. No mention of a year, date, anything.
Wow.
But they gave a new trailer, and then after they're like, hey, sorry, we're delaying it again. Like, well, why even show a trailer? So first up is Summer Game Fest. I hear so many people call it Summer Games Fest.
I do it too sometimes. I still call it
We're not professionals,
Xbox
though.
Games Pass. Like,
no, you don't.
I have. I don't anymore, but I have in the past.
I gotta get me that Xbox Game Pass. Damn it. I can't even say it when I'm doing the dumb voice. All right. Jeff comes out. He's talking. One of the things I noticed that annoys me, he always holds his microphone. He doesn't have like a headset or a lavalier mic. He wants to hold a microphone, and he holds it down here. And I'm like, you are making life hell for the sound guy because he's got to make sure it's loud enough. Why can't you just, if you're going to hold a microphone, talk into it like this? It just annoys me. I love Jeff, but it just annoys me.
Maybe it's just a prop. Maybe he is mic'd up and he's just like, oh, I'll just hold it down here. Maybe he just likes to hold something.
Maybe he's Bob Dole. With the
That's
pen.
how I'm at with like weddings or like anywhere where I have to dance.
Just hold a drink.
I need a drink in my hand, even if it's empty. Yeah, I'm like, otherwise I don't know what to do with my hands. So I'm like, I gotta have something. So
this was me at the Dave concert.
Doing the gym dance.
Oh, we never even talked. We went to see Dave. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They kicked us off with Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Now, 30 seconds in, I was like, oh, I think this is Prince of Persia. Then I was like, I guess it's Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. I guess it's real. It's coming back now, whatever. But at first, I was like, is this a 2D Immortals Phoenix Rising sequel? Because the art style screamed Phoenix Rising. At first, I was like, oh my God, is this happening? It's not what I want, but whatever. But it turns out it is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. It is a Metroidvania. They did confirm that. It's coming out in January 2024. Apparently, this thing has a lot more dislikes than likes on YouTube.
I don't understand.
I don't get it. Like, the art, it doesn't look great, but like, I think this kind of looks fun.
I'm almost certainly getting this game.
Yeah, it's a AAA Metroidvania.
It'll be the first Ubisoft game I've gotten since Immortals, and
I think it will for me too.
Immortals was the first one, and I don't know what the last one I bought before that was, but I'm into this game for sure.
Yeah, I think it looks really good. I don't know why Prince of Persia fans are like that, but Xbox's games passes. I cannot say that, James. I think it looks really cool. I think it was cool to kick off the show with Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think the Sands of Time's ever coming out. I got to stop the motion at the front door because the kids are playing in the front yard, and this is just going to drive me nuts. All right, click, hold, snooze for a half hour. Snooze. Yes, that's what I said.
Snooze.
Next up, then they jump right into it with the Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay reveal. Noob D is there, also known as Ed Boon. And he talked about it. What are you looking at me like that for?
I got nowhere else to. I don't have any notes.
That's his thing on Twitter. He's Noob D.
I don't know.
So I guess when Twitter came out, somebody took Ed Boon, so he's like, well, screw you. I'm Noob D. I'm Noob Cybot.
Whatever happened to John Tobias? Is he gone?
I think I don't know. I was going to say I think he's still there, but I have no idea. So it has been 4 years since Mortal Kombat 11 came out. I didn't realize that. It doesn't seem like it was that long.
I mean,
but
because
time's a flat circle now.
Yes.
So It is coming out in September. The gameplay, I wrote down, there's lots of juggling. We saw Johnny Cage. We saw the cameo fighters that I saw was classic Sub-Zero, Sonya, Kano, Goro, Stryker. I did not expect to see Stryker. Jax, and it looks like they can do fatalities too. Liu Kang comes out and he says he's the protector of Earthrealm. So he has taken over for Raiden. Sorry, wrong game. He's the fire god. And apparently he became the fire god at the end of 11.
Yeah.
And I guess so he is the one that did the reboot of the flat circle. I don't know. Ed Boon comes out and he talking about how they're reimagining everything. Sub-Zero and Scorpion are now brothers.
I dig it.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Ryu and Ken should be brothers. Liu Kang became the fire guy, blah, blah, blah. You can pick your characters, and then you pick the cameo fighter. You just use one button to bring in the cameo fighters, and they can be used in combos. But it's time-based, so you can't just spam, Sonya running in. Pew! And then pew! Ah! And then they showed the fatalities. But I think a lot of people are excited for this game. I never played 11. I'm on the fence about this. I don't know. But some people are saying just looks like it could be deal. Now, I mean, that's
I feel like this is not going to win anybody over. You either like Mortal Kombat or you don't.
But even some people that like Mortal Kombat are saying it looks just like more Mortal Kombat 11.
I mean, you can say that about Street Fighter. I mean, I feel like fighting games aren't really reinventing themselves that much. But
they're doing the cameo fighters and they've rebooted the story and so that's. But I'm saying that's good. Just like Street Fighter is doing the graffiti and then the I am zombie.
Yeah, all that.
So I don't know. It looks cool. Then we got a trailer for Path of Exile 2. I don't know. I said it looks like another Diablo game.
I'm trying to... Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, it's whatever.
John Tobias made a game for Xbox. I can't remember the name, though.
No.
Interesting. And then I got really confused because it said Capcom, and then there's Ryu, and then he turns into a cyborg, and then there's Guile.
I was like, what is happening?
I was like, what are these other costumes? Who would want these costumes? And then I saw a dinosaur, and I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. Okay. So Street Fighter 6 characters. I don't know if it's everybody or if it is just Ryu and Guile. But Exoprimal's
Guile.
Out July 14th, and it will be on Game Pass day one. Any thoughts on not Dino Crisis?
No.
And then the weirdest thing happens, and Nicolas Cage comes out because he's coming to Dead by Daylight. I feel like Keanu, whenever he shows up for Cyberpunk, he's like, loves it and he's really into it. And he's like, no, you're breathtaking.
Nick Cage didn't seem like he wanted to be there.
I feel like he was just like, these motherfuckers, how much are they paying me again? I got to go out here with all these freaking dorks. Like, that just came across as being a pompous jackass.
Yeah.
And I know he's Nick Cage. He's whatever. He's going to, but like, I don't know. It was just weird. He was out there way too long. Jeff looked uncomfortable. The whole thing was just super weird. And then Jeff posted a picture of him backstage, and he was just like, why? Can I go now? I want to get back to my yacht. Tao Fang Fist of the Lotus was John Tobias's game.
Wow.
Never heard of that. So Nick Cage, Dead by Daylight. Also, when they show the gameplay, and I love how it says, footage not final, and he's just, everything he does, it's just, if he's working on a lock, it's running away. I'm like, you should not even show this. Just show his character model and say, we'll have a gameplay trailer, whenever. But yeah. Then we got a trailer for Witcher Season 3, and all I wrote was, I miss Henry Cavill as Superman.
Did I miss? When did Cavill come back to The Witcher?
I think
after he got fired as Superman.
No. They had already filmed this.
Oh,
when they said he's not going to be back, and it was going to be Liam or Chris, whichever Hemsworth.
Liam,
not Thor, right?
Liam,
okay.
Yeah.
But now I don't know, because that was my first thought too. So I don't know if he's going to be back for season 4. I have no idea. I cannot believe WB, you sons of bitches. That stupid Superman movie that J.J. Abrams, whatever his name is writing and directing, better be damn good.
It's
not J.J. Abrams. What's his name? It's the guy that did the Guardians. Gunn.
Sean Gunn. No.
Nope.
The other one. James Gunn.
James J. Abram. His name might be James. He likes it. Then we get another trailer for Witchfire. It's this FPS where you hunt witches. And I know we've seen this before. Did you think anything of it?
No.
Things start to. This is interesting. So yeah, we get a PSVR 2 trailer for Crossfire Sierra Squad. I am honestly to the point now where I'm like, do I put it on eBay? Like
I mean, you're not going to get anything.
I mean, it's a sunk cost, but like,
I'll definitely play it again. I'm just like, it's just.
I want Alex.
Well, yeah.
It's my own fault for buying it, assuming Half-Life Alyx is going to come out. But, like, I'm not playing Crossfire Sierra Squad. I don't give a crap about this. Like, last time I played it, I got
do the mini
sick.
golf game.
That's true. That would be fun. Is there any way we could... No, that would be too complicated. Okay. Complicated.
Yeah, will we even be able to... I guess you can stream from...
But it's not like we can see us, too.
No, it'll...
And why do you want to see us? We're going to be, like, turned around backwards, not facing the camera.
I can strap a GoPro onto the front of my mask.
Oh, my God. You're going to give people
mask.
motion sickness.
Yeah.
Okay.
If only there was a VR set that you could, like, see your eyes through it.
And cost over $4,000 with tax. Then we got a trailer for Revenant 2. I don't even remember what it was. I don't know if people are happy or not.
I don't remember.
Then I was shocked when this happened. We see pixelated Green Hill Zone, and I'm like, what is happening? And then we see non-pixelated, and Sonic's running back and forth, new style, old style, new style, old style, and then boom, we see the gameplay for Sonic Superstars. 4 selectable characters. You get the 3 you know, and then you get Amy Rose as well. She's going to be in the 3rd movie, I assume.
I don't know. Where did she even come from?
She might have started in Chaotix, but I can't remember.
Okay.
But then she was in when Sonic
Tails, Knuckles,
Amy Rose.
Some
She's been around
thing.
for a while. But you can also play up to 4-player co-op in it. Green Hills. They made a point to say Green Hill Zone is not in this game.
Yeah.
We're moving on from Green Hill Zone. It was even in Sonic Mania. They put Green Hills in Sonic Frontiers, I think. Like, it's been in the movies. Like, they're like, we got to move on from Green Hill Zone. Still, though, the best music track in the entire series. This is being made by Sonic Team. And I read today that they were in talks with the development team of Sonic Mania, but those talks fell through. So Christian Whitehead and his guys. So that's a bummer. But the composer for Sonic 3 is back for this game as well.
Michael Jackson?
I knew you were going to say that. Up until this point, maybe throughout the rest of it, this was my game of the show. This looks so freaking good.
So I was excited to see it, but after that, I kind of was like... And I felt the same way about Sonic Mania, and Sonic Mania won me over. I'm not sure how much fun Sonic really is.
You have gone to the dark side.
There's something about, and I don't know if it's this new completionist side of me or what, but it's just weird to think, like with Sonic, you've got this whole level. And if you play the game the way it's meant to be, you're just going to go and like miss like 80% of it because you got to go fast, and it's like, there's like no sense of like exploration, and that's fine. You don't have to, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm almost certain. Well, if it's going to be like a $40 game.
No, it's $60.
It's $60? I don't
Prince
know if
of
I'm
Persia
getting
is
this
$60
game.
also.
I'll get Prince of Persia. It's cool that they brought it back. I feel like I'm not on board yet, especially not for $60.
I would much rather pay $60 for this than Sonic Frontiers.
Yes.
Sonic
yes,
in
this
3D
is at least,
ain't my thing.
Yeah.
But this also, like, it used to be you collect all the KSM
I do like the
rolls.
co-op. I mean, at least there's...
Yeah.
They're doing some new things with it. I like that they brought back the old school bonus game with like the rotating thing. Like,
and then they turn into like pixelized Pac-Man ghosts at some point.
Yeah.
That was weird. But now, instead of just getting all the Chaos Emeralds and becoming Supersonic, each Chaos Emerald gives you a different power-up. Like, one of them is you just fill the screen with Sonics. We saw that in one of the boss fights against... By the way, they were calling him not Dr. Robotnik, not Eggman. Now they're calling this dude Dr. Eggman. This is the first time I've ever heard Dr. Eggman, not Eggman or Dr. Robotnik.
I think I heard that, and it didn't even register that it was weird, but...
I was like, what?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it looks awesome. I'm pretty sure I'm in. It's out this fall is all we know so far, but easily my game of the show up to this point. Not even close. There's nothing. No, I like it better than Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Next up, and the Honkai Star Rail is coming to PlayStation. We get a trailer. I just don't care. It's going to be huge. It's going to make a boatload of money. Great. Then we got a new trailer for Lies of P. That's what I forgot to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
We got a new trailer for Lies of P. It's now coming out September 19th. Good for me. It didn't get delayed to next year because I need every game I can get because I cannot have Last of Us PC counting for my score. By the way, I don't even know if Metal Slug Tactics is still a thing. I don't think that's going to come out this year. I think I'm screwed. Lies of P, out September 19th. The demo's out now. I downloaded the demo. It's cool.
Does it feel like
it feels
Bloodborne?
More like Bloodborne than it does Elden Ring or Souls, I would say.
Yeah, okay.
The only thing is, like, I didn't play... I guess you play through the first 2 chapters. I got most of the way through 1, and then I went back to Zelda or Batboy or something. I can't remember what it was. But I was like, okay, I like this. If it reviews well, I'm probably going to get this game. I don't need to play anymore. But it's very cool. It looks really good. It's got that whole steampunk vibe. It's dark and it's rainy in this first part. It's running at a really smooth 60 frames. It was on performance mode. I don't know. I think it said you could change it at the main menu, like from the start screen. But I was like, I'm only going to play through this once. I don't need to play it anymore.
Right.
You should download it and check it out.
I might.
Now September is also September's Mortal Kombat. I feel like Sonic is going to be September.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know how much more Dark Souls I'm going to play. I'm not going to finish Dark Souls before Final Fantasy comes out.
No.
And I can't go between the two.
No.
I can maybe play Dark Souls until Final Fantasy, but then Dark Souls is done until Final Fantasy is done.
And then you're gonna have to
can't go
relearn it
back
all
and
over
forth.
again.
So, yeah, I'm in kind of a weird situation now, but...
It's really fun. I hope it reviews well. It seems really solid, and it seems like people like it so far. So that's good. Then we got Sandland was revealed. It's based on some manga. I said it looks like Borderlands but dumb. I don't know. That's just what I thought. Annapurna is going to have a showcase coming up. Then this is when I start just like, what is happening? Then there's some PC MMO something I wrote down called Throne and Liberty was shown. And we get a trailer for Warhaven. I wrote some PC sword fighting games. You can tell where my interest level was at this point. And then Party Animals is coming out September on Xbox and Steam. Isn't that already a thing?
I thought so.
Or am I just thinking of Gang Beasts?
I can't keep them. Yeah, maybe.
I thought this was... Did you burp? I think I smell some jambalaya.
I might.
I don't think it came out of your ass because it wouldn't smell like that. Okay. Dying Light 2 is getting DLC, but they didn't really tell us what or when. Crash Team Rumble is coming in June. I thought it was already out. Isn't it out?
I don't know.
Or is this just season 1? I don't know. Then we get to something that finally wakes me up, and we get a trailer for Alan Wake 2. They talk about how there are 2 playable characters. The dude flew in from Sweden just to talk to Geoff. You got to believe in the game with that. Now, I know in the Discord, some of y'all were saying it's fine. It's a good game, but it is kind of old. This trailer looks freaking awesome.
It looks good. I don't know that I'm sold on it yet, but it's not at all what I thought it was. It almost seems kind of Silent Hill-y.
Oh, yeah.
When
more
I
than
thought
Resident Evil.
Yeah. But I never thought it was Resident Evil.
Okay.
I thought it was more like what was that game? Like Heavy Rain. Like one of those, like, nothing really happens. It's just kind of a story that...
Detective stuff, whatever.
That's kind of how I thought the first one was. But now that I know better, I'm kind of interested in the remaster. I'm definitely kind of interested in this, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, there's just only so many hours in a day, in a year.
About 24.
525,600. That's how long you've worked here. You know, he didn't know they were going to do that.
I just found that out today.
Really? I found that out years ago.
I saw that on like Facebook or Twitter. Like,
really?
Literally.
That's why he was crying. He had no idea.
I don't
know how they kept that a secret from him. Didn't do it at table reads or anything, but yeah. So there are the two playable characters, and I think they said it's a 50-50 split between the two characters. It looks really cool. There's something in Alan Wake, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think it's something like you got to get the enemies into the light. It's kind of like the Batman. It's like bring La Rata into the light. And he's like, well, just put him in this light and I'll shoot his ass. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't need to make a riddle for it. I don't know. It looks cool. Then Warhammer Space Marine 2 got a trailer. It's coming out winter. There are like 100 Warhammer 40K games. And I don't know. I feel like they're in all different genres because this looked like Gears of War, but I think there's others that are like strategy games or something or tactics-based things.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them.
I have no idea. Then there was this cool pixel art game that's called Yes, Your Grace. This was the one that looks like it's mostly narrative stuff. It's out next year on Steam only, I guess. John Carpenter is putting his name on a horror game. I guess it's a horror game called Toxic Commando, not to be confused with Toxic Avengers. Or actually Toxic Crusaders. I can never remember which it is.
Well, there's both.
There is both? I think we've always called that game the Toxic Avengers, but I think it's the Toxic Crusaders.
There's the Toxic Avenger, singular.
Okay.
I think.
Who's the green guy with the mop? That's who I'm thinking of.
Toxic Avenger.
You guys. Yeah, that guy.
Now I need to know what Toxic Crusaders are. Or is.
Did you type in game? Toxic Avenger game? Video game?
Well, this guy also was green with a mop. They're definitely...
That's him.
Oh.
So maybe he's the Avenger and those are the Crusaders.
Maybe he's the
Crusader and then those are the Avengers. All right. Anyways, I don't know. It looks cool. The only thing I liked about this trailer was there was a cool cover of You Give Love a Bad Name. So that was cool.
Toxic Crusaders is a 1991 animated series aimed at children, loosely based on the Toxic Avenger films. So they're the same thing.
But what is the game?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
There's a game?
We played it on NES. You get the green guy with the mop. The Toxic Avenger Satyr.
Toxic Crusaders.
That's it. Genesis? Wow. Anyways.
Wow.
Baldur's Gate 3
and there's a new one coming out in 2024.
What the hell? Weird. Well, we're going to have to get a review code for that. Baldur's Gate 3 gets a trailer. And then Brian Intihar is here, who's the game director, to talk about Spider-Man 2. We get the box art reveal. Gene Park had a report after the fact that the map is in fact double the size of the original game. Co-op was never considered for this. From day one, it was a single-player game. I don't know that I believe you that you never thought of it. You have two Spider-Men.
I'm sure you thought about it, but yeah.
Also, they announced that Venom is not Eddie Brock.
Which we talked about that last week or the week.
But that mean are we not going to get? Because obviously that means it's Osborn. Because at the end of the first game, spoiler alert, he's in the back to tank getting healed by the symbiote. Like, so if he's going to be Venom, we're not going to get Goblin unless Norman Osborn. He's in the game, isn't he? His dad? Yeah, he's in the game. I can kind of remember seeing his face. So maybe he'll be the Goblin. I don't know. I probably don't. It probably doesn't matter. But the city's double in size the first two games. So not only did they not give us the release date at the PlayStation Showcase or the box art or the collector's edition, all three get revealed at the Keighley Fest. I just find that kind of weird.
And that was what closed that show.
Yeah.
And it's like, you still didn't even give us all the information.
All you said was fall. And then a week and a half later, you're like, well, yeah, it's October 20th. Like, I don't know. I find that weird. Venom also in this game is ginormous. He's like the size of two Spider-Mans. Like Spider-Man, whatever.
Spiders Man?
Yes. He's huge. I don't think we're going to see Venom in the game before it comes out. And completely okay with it.
We don't need to see anything else.
No, I just want to play the game, but I
Yeah.
did think, like, again, it does just look like more Spider-Man. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's out October 20th, so that's what I will be doing in October. Then they show Pal World, which they described as Pokemon with guns, and I cannot believe Nintendo's not all over this thing. Being like, you can't do this.
I mean, it literally looks...
You see like Squirtle and whatever.
Yeah,
and
they just look like Pokemon,
yeah,
except
but
they
there's
have guns.
Then Black Desert is out in June for PC. It's some Soulsborne game. Lords of the Ring building game called Return to Moria. So you play as Gimli's people and you Minecraft stuff, I guess. I don't know. Then Final Fantasy VII mobile game Ever Crisis was revealed. This actually looked kind of cool, I do have to say.
Yeah.
It's interesting how it's got the chibi art from like the original Final Fantasy VII, but then like when it seems like when you're exploring, I think it's like that. And then when you go into battles, it looks more like new Final Fantasy VII. I don't know. What did you think anything of this?
I mean, it's Final Fantasy, and it's Final Fantasy VII, so I'm like interested, but I don't know if it's just... Is this a separate story, or is this basically just Crisis Core again, but in a different format? Like,
Right.
I have no idea what it is, but...
I don't know, but for a mobile game, it looked cool. That just reminded me. There's a Ninja Turtles game that just came out on Apple Arcade. Did you know this?
Like, beat 'em up?
Top-down, isometric, roguelite, like Hades. I'm like, I saw an ad on Facebook, and I was like, what the crap is this? Are you kidding me? So I don't know. Oh, yeah, because I said mobile. It just popped in my head. So I want to give that a try. I haven't played Apple Arcade since that Castlevania game, so I want to give it a try. Then we got a trailer for Vanished Ghost of Eden. So that was a thing. And then we got Like a Dragon, Gaiden is out November 9th. I feel like this might have leaked, but I can't remember. Then there's this game called Under the Waves coming out August 29th. It's like a walking simulator.
Splintered Fate.
What? Yeah, that one. But it's like a walking simulator, but you're not walking, I think. Like you're exploring the ocean. So I guess it's a submarine simulator. I don't know. I don't think there's any action in it or anything.
Wait, what was that one called?
Under the Waves. It looks really cool.
It looks like they're going for, what do you call it? BioShock kind of vibe.
We'll talk about that with the Xbox show for sure. Call of Duty Season 4 gets a trailer. I don't care. He did say there's a new Call of Duty coming this year, but we still don't know. It's supposed to not be... It seems like it's going to be Modern Warfare 2.2 or something. 2.5, something. It's not going to be like
365
Call
over
of Duty.
2.
Yeah, divided 358 over 2 is how you say it. Thank you very much. Freaking Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, and then Fae Farm, I wrote some Animal Crossing ass game, and this is what I'm like, what is happening? And then let's talk Marvel Snap for 5 minutes with a guy that had way too much coffee and was really excited to be there. It's a swimulator.
Dang it, James.
Contact the government and trademark that right now. That is amazing. A swimulator. Holy crap. Good job, James. That's why you're here. That's amazing. Marvel Snap, they talked about it for way too long. There's cards, and then there's this kid that made like a trailer on his iPhone being like, if I get this card, I can't play another card. And I was like, what the hell is happening, Jeff? Like, how much did these people pay you? Then there's a King Arthur Legends something. Then there's a trailer for Wayfinder. And then we get a sneak peek at Twisted Metal. And I love the thong song. I
totally forgot that was Samoa Joe.
I love Samoa Joe. It didn't look like Samoa Joe.
No, he looks like he's in better shape.
Yeah. I guess that's what I was thinking. And I love Will Arnett. And I love Anthony Mackie. I did not love this. I've never like...
I don't know anything about it other than driving, and there was no driving in this. I'm like, what is happening?
I played the original Twisted Metal at Tom's house, I think, but that's my only connection to Twisted Metal. I don't think this is going to be for me. Listings Time Shift Warrior, that must have been a mistype. It probably is a different word before Time Shift Warrior. I kind of remember this. I don't really know. Then Immortals of Avium got another trailer. That's that first-person EA original game that was shown before and shown at the PlayStation Showcase. And then we get a trailer for James to watch for
Lisfanga.
Fortnite. Yeah. So not listings. Listfanga, the Time Shift Warrior.
I kind of feel like this one maybe looked cool. The name kind of sounds familiar. Maybe the name just stood out to me, but probably
really
not a
don't
game
remember
I would
it.
get. But like, I kind of want to say this one.
Oh my
I don't know, nothing's loading now, but
yeah, we got a Fortnite trailer, and then remember, Geoff Keighley said, "You're gonna want to stick around for the grand finale, something you've never seen before." Whatever he said.
Speaking of Final Fantasy,
DoorDash. He's like, "Yeah, guys, I know." It's not that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is not awesome. I have no connection to the game other than the first remake. This looks amazing. It looks amazing. It looks like it's going to be so much fun. Music's awesome. I have no friggin' clue what's going on with the story. But to say there's this awesome grand finale, blah, 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 you're going to have to stick around for.
a game you already knew was coming, and we still don't know when it's coming, but we know roughly when it's coming.
I'm thinking like Half-Life 3. I'm thinking Gears of War 6. I'm thinking Last of Us Factions. I'm thinking what insert game here. Not a game we already know about.
Yeah.
But it's coming on 2 discs, which I think is hilarious.
That's insane.
Apparently now the Blu-ray discs that the PS5 uses can hold up to 100 gigs. So this is at least 100 gigs. But I think it's
I
a
would say
cool...
it's at least 200 gigs.
Well, no, because then it would be 3 discs. Would you like to apologize?
No. What?
If it's 2 discs,
Yes.
they can each hold up to 100.
Yes.
So why would you say it's at least 200? It could be 110 gigs, and that would take 2 discs. Jeez, I'm crow. Mr. Engineer over here.
Okay.
Anyways.
I apologize.
Thank you. Anyways, I think there's 2 reasons they're doing this. One, it's a cool callback to Final Fantasy on PlayStation. Also, hopefully Metal Gear Solid Delta comes on 2 discs. I don't care, because Metal Gear Solid, you had to play it on multiple discs. Also, the main reason I think they're doing this is Jedi Survivor's 150 gigs. The box you get has 50 gigs on it, and then you got to download the rest to be able to even play the game.
Yeah.
So if you don't have internet, or eventually this game, like they shut the servers off and you get the disc, you're not going to be able to play that game. I think the reason they're doing this is so people that don't have the best internet connection can play the actual game, is what I think.
Maybe.
Along with it being a cool callback. But then leading up to this on Twitter, there was these dev question things that they gave us answers to some questions. Some of the details they revealed is that there will be a high degree of freedom with myriad different stories. Do you say a myriad of or myriad no of?
I don't think there's an of.
I think it's okay, but I think the right way is myriad. I know the right way is myriad, but some people say myriad of, because it sounds like you should say it like that. It's almost like the of is assumed.
But is there another word that I'm thinking of that I'm getting confused with myriad?
No. You're thinking of the right one.
Yeah, I think it's like there will be a, but it's not even a.
No, there will be myriad different choices. Like a billion. There will be billions of, I don't know. The of is assumed. I don't know. Anyways, they are working on nailing down an actual release date. Right now, they're just saying early next year. There will be a chain of narrative developments while discovering each character's destiny. You don't need to play Remake to understand Rebirth, is what they said.
You're not going to understand this game no
That's
matter
true.
what game.
That's what they're saying is it's not going to make any sense. But what did you think of it? You're obviously the Final Fantasy VII guy. I have no idea what's going on in here.
I don't either. And like I told you, I'm so confused and it's bothering me, but I'm also like, this is awesome. Yeah. Because I have no idea what's going to happen. But I still, to this day, despite playing it many times, get confused on the story of Final Fantasy VII. So there's no chance of me. I just feel like I'm going to be so confused.
Yeah.
And like, I can't wait. But I have no idea what's going on.
It's at most 200 gigs. Thank you, James. Not at least. Yeah. At most. You're like, why are we so
well, the way you said it, you'd be like, it's on 1 disc. So you know it's at least 0 gigs. I'm like, well, that's true, but
I never said it's on
No,
one
I'm
disc,
saying
it's 0
no. I'm
gigs.
saying
Okay.
the way your logic, you could say, well, if a game's on one disc, you know it's at least 0 gigs.
But saying it's on 2 discs and saying it's at least
We were
200
both.
No, we were not. One was right, one was wrong.
Agree to disagree.
I think it was an awesome trailer. I cannot wait to play this game. I can't wait to talk to you about this game after we play it and as we're playing it to just see what is different from the original game. I don't know what's going to happen. I did not like Sephiroth killing Tifa. I didn't know that was a thing in the original game. I'm like, what? You can't kill Tifa. He's like, I killed her, but she's here. So who is she? Or you saw me kill. What does he say?
You know I killed her.
I killed her. So who is she? Just that. I'm like, well, that's this remake trilogy, like in one sentence. You know.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything because I know nothing about this.
Right.
So really, I'd only be spoiling a like 25-something-year-old game. I'm assuming that Sephiroth talking to Cloud and almost breaking the fourth wall kind of thing where he's saying he's now filled him in or shown him a vision, whatever, of
what was supposed
something that has transpired in the past. And so now he's like messing with him. I don't know. But I can't wait.
I saw some people saying that like what he's saying is that he could be talking to Cloud, that Cloud's not the real Cloud. I'm like, what the frick is, what are you talking? Now you're even confusing me. I guess because the whole...
And what's with all the dead bodies in the beginning? Like,
and are they copies or like there's something about imposters. And I was like, I don't know if there's imposters in the first game or not. I have no idea.
yeah.
But so excited for it. Sean, what did you think of Summer Game Fest?
I don't think it was any better than the showcase, but I was less disappointed by this because my hopes weren't as high.
Yes.
It was fine. Again, they closed with something we already knew was happening. Like,
right. So did Xbox.
Can you give us something new? Like,
I know.
I'm starting for a while. I would always say I have faith in Sony. They got stuff cooking, and they probably do. But I'm slowly
they got games as a
losing
service cooking.
faith in them, and I'm just like, show us something. Because right now, like, other than you showing a dude at a bar, and then he goes, you've shown us nothing
Past Spider-Man.
past October of this year.
Yeah.
So, and that's all of a sudden only like 4 months away.
Now, what some people have said, of course, there was somebody that was
I mean,
saying,
I guess Final Fantasy, but still.
a
Like,
lot of people are
first
thinking
party.
they'll do another showcase in September. I'm like, y'all got to stop. Because they were saying they could have marketing deals in place for all the games they showed. Like, we got to do something. Here, let's just do this. We'll get closer to Spider-Man, and then we'll do whatever, but I don't know. Anyways, I think this was about... I think they were both about a C.
Yeah.
My game of the show... You definitely burped that one
I
time.
did.
No, I know you did now, but you definitely did earlier.
Jambalaya.
I mean, I would say, like, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is my game of the show, but if stuff that we didn't know about, it was easily Sonic to me.
Yeah, I feel like as far as new announcements, I don't know.
That and Prince of Persia.
I think it's Prince of Persia. That's
all I
what they
really
opened the
cared
show
about.
with.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sonic would probably be number 2, but like, I don't know. Not good.
All right, let's move on to the Xbox showcase. Fable kicks off the show with John. How do you say that dude's name? John Aode? I don't know. He was in the IT crowd. The IT crowd. The British comedy. Are you hearing me right now? Okay.
I have no idea how to say.
And it turns out he's a giant and like, I don't know. And then it's Fable. Apparently all that was in engine. So it was gameplay, quote unquote. I don't know that I believe that. To me, those were cutscenes, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's good that Fable's still coming. I didn't know Fable was like... I always thought Fable was just like their Zelda, but apparently it's always been very humorous and everything. I just don't... I've never played... You can play them now. You've got a whole 3 Fables, but what do you think about Fable?
I don't know. It's a game or it's a series, whatever, that like I've always been like, man, I wish I could play that, and now I can. I don't know when I will,
right?
But in theory, I could. But now I'm like, hey, I've got 3 of the. Remember those games that I always wanted to play that I never could? Well, now I've got 3 of them. Like, I'm not going to play all 3 of them.
No,
I'm certainly not going to beat all 3 of them. It's always a series I was interested in, but I'm like, it's hard for me to get too invested in any of these because I'm not. Maybe 10 years from now, I'll have a Series S or X and I can go and play some of these old games, but like, I'm not going to play any of these games.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
I'm glad
if I had an Xbox, I would play this game.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
I'm glad it's coming. I'm glad it's not canceled because I know people were starting to get worried, but yeah. Then we see South of Midnight from Compulsion Games. This is a first-party title. I don't know that I've ever heard the word Compulsion before. I didn't even know Xbox owned them until this.
I've never heard of it.
This is the trailer where the dead zombie guy is playing the guitar and then the big monster shows up. CG trailer. Don't know anything what you're doing. Don't know anything about what this game is about or what you're doing or if it's first person, third person, whatever. Then we get a trailer for Star Wars Outlaws, which is the Ubisoft massive Star Wars game. Said it's coming out next year. This is, I think, the only game in this whole showcase that isn't coming day one to Game Pass. It was all CG trailer, but we'll get to gameplay later at Ubisoft. This is set between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Any thoughts on Outlaws?
I mean, it's Star Wars, so I'm looking forward to it. But like, yeah, we don't know anything about it. How much time is between Empire and Return?
A month? I don't know.
I was going to say,
yeah.
It's weird to set a game in between those,
right.
But whatever. It could be cool, or it could be terrible.
Then we get a trailer for 33 Immortals, which is coming out next year. And it's called 33 Immortals because it is 33-player co-op. And it's another Diablo-like kind of a game. But you can play with 32 of your friends.
I don't have 32 friends.
I don't have 30. I haven't made 32 friends.
I don't know 32 people.
I don't know either. So I don't know. It looks cool, but it also just looks batshit crazy. Payday 3 is coming out September 21st. This will be Game Pass day one, so that's a third-party day one title for Game Pass. I thought Payday 3 was already out.
I don't even know what that is.
I thought they were rebooting Payday. It's like if Grand Theft Auto Heists was a whole game.
Oh. What was the game that's coming
shooter.
that was at the showcase?
That was Fair Gains with a $. From
Isn't that like the same thing?
I don't know. We don't know. It was all CG. We have no idea what the hell it's going to be. So yeah, Payday 3 out September 21st. I don't care, but people like Payday, I guess. Then Persona 3 Reload was announced coming out early 2024, even though good old, I think Empire and Jedi are about a year apart. You could be right. That makes way more sense than 1 month, like I said. This leaked early when Atlas put it up on their own Instagram. Idiots. It is Game Pass day one. It will not include content from Persona 3 FES or Persona 3 Portable. They said they are just remaking the original Persona 3, and Persona fans, I guess, are not happy.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming to PlayStation also. They just haven't said it yet. I assume it will probably come to Switch as well. It's not like these are, pushing the graphical limits or anything. Do you care about Persona 3? Okay.
No.
Then we got a new trailer for Avowed coming out 2024. I didn't think this looked that good. I can't remember the first time or the last time we saw it. But yeah, it's the first person Skyrim-like from Obsidian, so obviously that's going to be an Xbox exclusive. I don't know. Did you care anything about this?
Not really.
Sea of Thieves is getting the Legend of Monkey Island expansion July 20th. Microsoft Flight Simulator is getting a new game. I thought this was going to be DLC. It's a new game. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So I wonder if they're going to start Maddenizing this thing.
I mean, you're still flying around Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Planes haven't changed that much.
Well, now you're doing careers. So you can be a Coast Guard pilot, or you can crop dust, like you've been doing to me all podcast.
Yeah, I don't know.
The game's beautiful. This is one of those games, if I was rich and I could buy, like, 3 screens that wrap around you and everything, and you've got, a super expensive joystick so you feel like you're actually... I think this could be really cool. But just sitting there and playing this with a controller, I'm like, I think I would be so bored out of my mind.
Chuck Yeager.
We did not have a great joystick, but that was fun. It was not very good, but it was fun. Hellblade 2 gets another friggin' CGI trailer. This game was announced in 2019. This game is coming next year. I predicted last year at E3 that it was going to be announced coming out that fall.
It may not come out next year.
I thought about predicting it this year that it was going to be announced coming out this fall. And now it's coming out 2024. We still have not seen a second of gameplay. It's got the voices going on and everything like Hellblade. I'm sure it's going to be cool, but this is more just like... This is just like a tech demo is all they've shown so far. They've shown this game 2 or 3 times, and it's just a tech demo.
Yeah.
It looks amazing, but what the hell? Hellblade 2. Then a naked Japanese dude washes up on a beach, and I forget the guy's name, but it's Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, coming early 2024. Everything is coming out next year, apparently. I haven't played the Like a Dragon games. This does nothing for me.
No, I never got into them.
Fallout 76 is going to Atlantic City. I thought they had given up on this game.
So did I.
So, I don't know. It's cool that it's getting an expansion. I wonder if that's coming out to PlayStation and stuff. I didn't care enough to look it up, but... then they show Capcom, and I'm like, okay, here we go, something for me. And then it was this Path of the Goddess game where you're like hitting people with flower swords, and it's like very beautiful game. But at first I was like, when I saw the Japanese aesthetic and stuff, I was like, ooh, are they bringing back Onimusha? Is this a new Onimusha? No, it's just this random ass new game. And I was like, it's just not doing it for me. You?
No, just give me Resident Evil.
Forza Motorsport, Sean's happy, is coming out October 10th. Looks beautiful. I can't tell you what the difference is between this and Gran Turismo.
Nothing.
They both look beautiful.
Yeah.
And they're both racing games. So I know people are stoked for that. Forza Horizon was awesome, the last one. Elder Scrolls Online is still a thing. It's getting the Necron update on June 20th. Overwatch 2 is getting an update in August. And I still don't know why they made Overwatch 2.
Nope.
And then Persona 5 Tactica, which was also leaked by Atlas themselves, is coming in November. Game Pass Day 1. Obviously, it's kind of going to come to PlayStation and stuff too. So this is a Persona 5 spin-off that is a tactics game, obviously based on the name. Do you care?
No.
Then we get a trailer for Starfield, which I thought was odd, since you're going to have a whole showcase for it. But looks good. Then there's Just Sand. I think that meant Just Stand. I was thinking of the other Sand game.
Sand Kingdom or
Sandfall?
something.
Sandland. This is Just Stand. Just Stand. It's a Don't Nod game out this fall. Game Pass Day 1, and it's a climbing game. Any of you people that hated on Horizon Call of the Mountain, if you play this game, hypocrites! I tell you. It just looks stupid. I don't care about this. Still Wakes the Deep is coming early 2024. It looks like it's a first-person horror game on an oil rig.
I didn't see that one.
Dungeons of Hinterberg is out early 2024. Some kind of cel-shaded third-person action-adventure game, I guess. Then we get Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. DLC's coming out in September. Keanu's there. He sounds like he's a cyborg. James said he always sounds like that. I'm like, I don't know. He doesn't sound like a real person. I don't hear Keanu talk a lot, and I haven't seen any John Wick movie. I know, but they kill the dog. I know it's 5 seconds. I can't deal with it. I'm getting closer and closer to finally making the leap with this. I think. But right now you can...
I think if I had at least 2-month window where I had nothing else to play, yeah, I could see jumping in. But I'm like, this is not a game I'm going to just start playing on a whim. I need to have a whole probably 2 months carved out where I'm going to be like, this is what I'm going to play.
Well, one thing I like that I heard is that obviously there's a bajillion things to do in the game. But if you mainline it and just want to play the main story and not do all the side quests and all this other stuff, it's only about 20 hours. I'm like, now you're speaking my language. That sounds good. I'm sure you're not getting the full experience and all that, but I saw right now it's discounted. You can get the game plus the DLC is $30 by itself. You can get the game plus pre-order the DLC for like $57 on PlayStation. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to be busy. But it's one of those games where like you said, when I've got a break and if I see that that's on sale, it's like, okay, what the hell? Let's go. I cannot play it when the kids are around, I'm sure, because it's just genitalia is just flipping and flopping all over the place. But I think it looks super cool. Then we get a trailer for City Skyline 2. It's coming out in October. It is going to be day one on Game Pass. I'm an idiot because I saw this and I was like, whoa, a new SimCity, forgetting that City Skyline 2 has already been announced.
What is happening?
I think Nick's not being nice to Casey. Sorry, you might have just heard my child screaming and crying. I don't know what's happening down there. City Skyline 2. Sorry, hit the microphone. Then we get a trailer for Metaphor ReFantagio. It's a new RPG from the director of Persona 3 through 5 coming out in 2024. I don't care about Persona. I don't care about this. Towerborn. It's a Game Pass exclusive out next year from the creators of Banner Saga. It's some kind of side-scrolling co-op action RPG. Then we get Clockwork Revolution from In Exile that I said looks very Bioshock-esque, but it's coming in due time. This was the only game from this showcase that I didn't know about that I was like, that looks freaking cool. This looks like, and when I say Bioshock, I don't mean Bioshock 1. This looks Bioshock Infinite-ish is what I should have said.
Yeah.
There's time traveling involved. There's controlling time. There's stuff. This game looks really super freaking cool. It's really the only thing I cared about from this entire show. Any thoughts for you on what did I call it? Clockwork Revolution. Not what did I call it? What do they call it?
Not in particular, no. Again, it's hard for me to get too invested in any of this.
You don't
stuff.
have an Xbox.
Yeah.
Then Phil is out wearing a Hexen shirt, which caught my attention, to announce that they're making a Series S in black 1 terabyte edition for $350. So that's cool.
Somebody's crying downstairs.
That's Casey. They said more Series X stock is coming. I just thought it was funny because they're being outsold 2-1, and I think
nobody's having difficulty
X,
finding a Series X.
But whatever. It's good they're making more. That's great. Then we get to the Starfield Direct, and I was interested in this game, and now I'm not. It's just too much. They're still saying this over 1,000 planets thing.
I think it looks awesome. But yeah, it almost just seems like too much. And I'm just like, I'm good. Like, this is another one that, yeah, if I had an Xbox, I'd be all about it. But I just... It's like Cyberpunk, but then...
Yeah.
Taken to the extreme. Like, it's just too much... I don't know. At some point, you got to reel some stuff back in. Like, bigger is not always better. But Zelda is always better.
It will be locked on Series X at 4K 30 frames per second. Series S, it will be locked at 1440p 30 frames per second because they do not want to sacrifice the fidelity of the game. I will say it looks great, except for the talking heads. They look terrifying. They're like, hey, I'm going to talk to you now. And it's like the same thing I remember from the first time they showed game. It was like, it's just so weird to just be staring at this person. I don't know. I will say this. I won't even give this a grade because it would basically, I honestly thought it sucked outside of Clockwork Revolution.
What I will say is, even though there's not a whole lot in here that I'm interested in, not a whole lot that makes me go, man, I wish I had an Xbox. At least Xbox owners know about
Next
some games coming up.
Yeah.
Sony, we don't know anything.
Yep.
That you couldn't play elsewhere.
We don't even know if Factions is going to happen now.
Yeah. So my hat's off to Xbox for that, at least.
Yeah, it seems like Xbox fanboys are happy, but I'm also not surprised. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. There were some interviews after the showcase. Matt Booty says that he thinks Xbox has turned the corner. They're now planning to release 4 first-party games per year. Also, GeForce Now is now soon going to be getting all Game Pass PC games, so you can stream them with GeForce Now. My thing is...
4 first-party games a year?
Yeah.
Don't they own like 30 studios now? Like, that's not many games.
Well, I mean, if Hellblade 2 takes 5-7 years to develop, like...
Yeah.
On Phil Spencer's Hexen shirt, he said he was not trying to announce anything or anything like that, just that he loved the game and he wouldn't mind if fans wanted a revival. I think Activision might own the IP. I think that's why he was wearing it, but whatever. Phil Spencer also said in an interview that he doesn't see the need for a Series X refresh mid-console cycle. They think they've got enough power. Like, huh? Okay, cool. PlayStation's doing one. I'm not going to get a PS5 Pro.
No.
But I don't know. So yeah, that was the Xbox showcase. Again, I don't want to sound too negative. I just didn't care. Outside of Clockwork Revolution, that looked freaking cool. I will say that. And the last item on the news list, we had the Ubisoft show as well. They kick off the show by announcing, surprise, 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 Just Dance 2024 is coming out October 24th. I'm going to have to beat Spider-Man in 4 days, I guess.
I don't understand how these games...
I get it with the Wii.
work.
I don't get it with controllers. Yeah.
Or like Connect. Like, you've got to have some kind of feedback. I don't understand, like... I feel like I could probably...
Because they've got the super
right, but I feel like I could just
stuff.
hold my DualSense and just kind of like shake it to the beat and probably get a pretty good score. Like,
yeah,
I don't get it.
Then we finally get to see Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, and it's coming out December 7th. It's actually coming out. I think they said it's set 15 years after the first movie. You're a Na'vi that was training. You were kidnapped by the humans, and they were training you to be a soldier for them, and then you got put into cryostasis, and then you wake up 15 years later. You're an outsider, so you got to become friends with the other blue people. There's lots of different biomes you will visit. You get to bond with your bird alien thing. I forget what they call those things, but that was a big part of the first movie because he weirdly takes his hair and they like have sex and something and wrap it around. It was just weird. I don't know. And you can customize your bird alien. It is open world, first person action adventure game. There are skill trees as well. Game looks beautiful. I don't care.
I cannot get into Avatar.
I just don't care. X Defiant is still coming. It's getting an open session test on June 21st. Pretty sure Just Dance connects to your smartphone and you use that for motion. Thank you, James. That makes sense. But then why don't I just buy it on my... I don't... Well, because you can't look it on your phone while you're dancing, I guess.
That's weird.
As we talked about earlier, Prince of Persia Lost Crown gets shown again, and we actually got a date at the show today. It's coming out January 18th. So if somebody's gonna draft that, we got to do our draft earlier than we did this year. Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, got a teaser trailer for Netflix. The Division Resurgence got a CGI trailer. Skull and Bones gets a new trailer, and there was a band there to make some music. I don't know why. Still doesn't have a release date, but it's got a closed beta coming August 25th. Why is this game still coming out? We already have a George. We have Sea of Thieves. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is getting their final DLC. It's a Rayman DLC coming out later this year. I love Rayman.
Everybody loves Rayman.
Damn it. We could do a podcast just about the Rayman games. Where was I? Roller Champions is getting a Jet Set Radio event. So that's cool. Crew Motorfest was shown, gets a gameplay premiere trailer. Brawlhalla is getting a Halo crossover on July 12th. Then we get to the Assassin's Creed portion of the show. Assassin's Creed Nexus VR was announced for MetaQuest coming this holiday. They showed us Assassin's Creed codename Jade. And then we got a story trailer for Assassin's Creed Mirage. I continue to say this game looks pretty freaking cool. Again, the end of this year is going to be kind of busy, so I don't know. But I at least have my antenna up for this game. Because they're going back to the old school style. It looks good. Then we got gameplay for Star Wars Outlaws, which was revealed at the Xbox event. And I don't know, it just looks... It's not like I'm burned out on Star Wars, because I love Jedi Survivor. That was awesome. I just don't know how much trust I have in Ubisoft making a Star Wars third-person shooter game.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got some Uncharted elements in it. It's got some stealth. You can sneak up behind the guy. But it's all blasters. She's not a Jedi or anything. She's just some ragtag, lady, girl. So that was the Ubisoft show. Once again, no Beyond Good and Evil 2. That game ain't coming out. Anybody that's excited for that, I'm sorry, don't be. It is not happening. Remember how
Immortals 2?
No. I think they said they were teasing some big game that hadn't been revealed yet, and I was like, I want it to be Immortals 2, but it's not a big game. As much as I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, we loved it. But yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is not going to be a thing, I don't think. Anything you want to talk about from Ubisoft, Sean? I'm sorry.
Nah, it was... All these shows, I feel like it's been a long time since we've had a show. Well, other than like the Tears of the Kingdom, like gameplay trailers and stuff like that. It's been a while since there's been a show that has gotten me excited.
Yeah. It's probably
like a very, very long time.
The Future of Gaming event in September 20th, whatever the hell it was, before the release of the PS5. That was the last time I was like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And before that, it's probably Sony E3 2016. Because that was the GOAT show. That was when God of War was revealed. That was when Kojima comes out on the Yellow Brick Road and everything. It was just, I don't know. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for the shows. Now it's time for the wrap-up, Sean. Final Fantasy 16. We talked about it earlier. But some more. They did a Final Fantasy 16 pre-launch celebration thing. So we got some news from that. The Final Fantasy 16 development team had help from Platinum Games and the Kingdom Hearts 4 development team. They won't say what parts now, but they will after it releases. I'm going to guess Platinum helped with the gameplay is going to be my guess. Kingdom Hearts, I don't know. Maybe there's some yuck in there. I don't know. Yes. What?
It was something about Final Fantasy, and then I remembered. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they've already said how the game will take place over like several different.
Yeah, like 3 time periods or something.
At least in the demo, it's not. I'm not really giving anything away. It's not linear. Now, I don't know, in the game,
kind of what I figured.
Maybe you start here, and then time jump, and then you're here, and then time jump, and then you're here. If that's the case, okay. But if the story, I hope it's not jumping back and forth, because I don't like what that would mean for just like, even though you're the same person, but you're switching time periods, that's right up there with one of the things I hate in video games, where they're like, you thought you liked being that person? Well, guess what? Now you're this person. Because that's basically what they're doing, and I don't like that. I don't want to have 2 different versions of the same character that I've got to be like leveling up, and that kind of worries me. Now, if it is just linear and then it's like, they're just like a couple time jumps, that's okay, because then they'll probably be like, yeah, that guy you were back then, now you're him, but you're older, so you still got everything you had. And yeah. I kind of hope it's that. But
does it start out as young Clive?
You'll see. I mean, you'll play him.
Yeah, whatever. PlayStation has announced they will not be at Gamescom, so I hope you weren't hoping for any more announcements. TMNT Shredder's Revenge is getting DLC called the Dimension Shell Shock DLC out later this year. They didn't give a lot of details, but Usagi Yojimbo will be playable. There will be a new game mode, which they have not detailed yet, and now you can pick different curdles.
You really hit that word hard, too. There'll also be different curdles.
Colors for your turtles is what I tried to say. Like the old 16-bit games and stuff.
And it looks like they're also doing, like, I don't know if this is from the comics or if they're basing it on the movies or what, but, like, one of the skins, I'll say, they showed of Ralph.
Okay, you're one to talk. I love Ralph. He's my favorite turtle.
Of Raph had, like, the full, like, head bandana.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't care what it costs. I want to support these devs. Even if I never play this, I'm going to buy the DLC.
Okay, well, good. I'll come over here.
Yeah, we'll do a Let's Play of it. I just want to support them. I can't wait.
So you can play as the different curdles.
It's like, I knew what I was going to say, but then I read it, and then I read turtle colors, but I was going to say colors of turtles, and it became
colors?
different curdles. We got some more info about Metal Gear Solid Delta. It has been confirmed that they will reuse the original voice recordings from Snake Eater. I am completely fine with this. I don't want them to change it. They don't need to re-record it. Let's just go. Also,
the only thing I will say, I love David Hayter, but he's kind of like, his Snake is borderline like a cartoon character. And I feel like those recordings are going to look kind of weird.
With
photorealistic
like, Snake.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how that works.
The only thing it does worry me a little bit is, are they doing motion capture for the animations, for the facial animations and stuff?
You're going to end up with like Starfield, like.
So or is somebody just reading the lines, or are they just animating themselves? I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I'm really glad Konami confirmed this, but they did confirm that Hideo Kojima and Yoji Shinkawa are not involved. And then I wrote, duh. Why would they be involved? Konami's developing it in-house. Diablo 4 is officially Blizzard's fastest selling game ever. I'm sure Xbox is like, son of a bitch. Ooh, I forgot that. The FTC is filing an injunction against Microsoft Blizzard to the acquisition to try to stop it. And CNBC was saying to try to stall this out past July 18th when the original deal had to be done by. So then they can get, and they've already sued them and stuff. So this ain't going to be over anytime soon. Resident Evil Village has now sold over 8 million copies. I think that makes it the best-selling Resident Evil game.
No,
I mean, for
it's
one
like
SKU.
I think it's Resident Evil 5.
More than that, though?
I think it was like 10 million or something.
Oh, God. What's wrong with you people?
I think.
I hope they do remake that game. But if you play it, you're racist, just so you know. Dead Cells, it was announced, has sold over 10 million copies. Nick is loving this game.
What game?
Dead Cells.
Oh, really? He's playing that?
Yeah, because I saw it was on PS Plus. I was like, I played it on Xbox before my kids stole it. But since it's on PS Plus, I'll just download it. And he's all into it. He's dressed as Santa somehow. I don't know. But he's running through and he's like, I don't get the upgrades and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, it's a roguelike, bud. So you get, if you die in a run, you start over and it's procedurally generated. Some upgrades you keep, some you don't. But yeah, but he's really liking it.
Resident Evil 5 has sold 14.7 million.
That is stupid. That is dumb.
4 original.
What did 6?
12.4 mil.
No, wait, no. I thought 6 was the best selling.
According to this, 12.3, and 5 is 14.7.
Well, 5 should sell more than 6 at least, but whatever. And they did announce that there's still going to be even more DLC coming for Dead Cells. That's just awesome. Reportedly, Universal and Illumination are closing in on a deal for a Zelda movie. I continue to say this is awesome, but it's also
I do not have
weird.
high hopes, but I want it to happen, but
Mario was perfect for a movie.
Yeah, I don't think Zelda is going to work.
No. He doesn't talk except for in the TV show. Well, excuse
Well, but Mario never used to say anything besides wahoo and let's go. Like, they made him, just get Chris Pratt. He can do Link.
He was great as Mario. Haters going to hate and everything, but like he did a great job. Miami is up by 1 going into the fourth quarter. if they win this game, all of a sudden the pressure is all on Denver. So we'll see what happens with that. The MetaQuest 3 128 gig version was revealed. It's coming out this fall for $500. The Quest 2 is dropping in price to $300 for the 128 gig model. Also, as Sean alluded to earlier, Apple finally unveiled their VR headset called the Vision Pro for $3,500.
This thing looks awesome.
Go for it.
There's no way I'm getting it,
Okay.
but like I just want to experience it. Like to me, this is how VR should be. Like you can literally just like check out. You're tethered to your battery pack or to the wall if you want, but like it's just like I like how you can just like make it so you can see your surroundings, but then there's like a screen, or you can be like, no, screw that, and just like be in it. Like plus all the stuff that like Disney's gonna do for them. Like I just want to try this out so bad, but there's no way. I mean, $3,500. There's no way.
No, it's insane.
I didn't get an Apple Watch till like the series, I don't know, 3 or something. I didn't get an iPad for years. I didn't get an iPhone for years. Like, I feel like you want to stay away from anything first gen that Apple does.
You could buy the next iPhone Pro, iPad Pro, and the next watch for less than that.
Yeah.
What are we talking
Nobody needs this thing.
No.
But it looks awesome.
But this is, I heard somebody saying that like this is going to be the true test if Apple can just shit something out and people will buy it
For
no matter
that
what.
much money?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Is this
yeah.
like, it's Apple, we got to buy it.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, the game is getting delisted this coming December. Death Stranding Director's Cut. This was also announced during the Apple show, which I did not expect to happen. Death Stranding Director's Cut is coming to Mac, and Kojima said future games will eventually release on Mac as well.
I
So
remember
when they
watching
say-
that,
and you were
then they
like,
started
"What the
saying
frick?"
like, oh, you know, one of the pioneer, I don't know how they said it, but one of the big names in video game development. I'm like, this is going to be Kojima. And then sure enough, it's Kojima. I'm like, are you kidding me?
So I don't know, releasing on Mac, does that just mean it's in the App Store and you buy it and then you can play it natively? I mean, Steam, you can play Steam on Macs.
Yeah.
So or is that not on Steam? That might be Epic's only for Director's Cut. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, good for you. Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons is coming out July 27th. This is the new Double Dragon game. This is the one, I think was I telling you this, that it's like Mega Man-ish and roguelite-ish. Like there's 4 different gangs, 4 different levels you start out.
Oh, yeah.
And then everything changes based on the order you do. It sounds kind of cool. This is one of those, I don't know what it's going to cost. If it reviews well, I might want to get it, but we'll see. Nintendo Stealth announced everybody 1-2 Switch.
This could be, do you have, no, you don't have.
Hell no. It's coming out June 30th, $30.
Are you going to get it?
No.
You don't think the kids would like it?
I didn't buy the first one.
They don't even know.
They don't even know. All my Joy-Cons are drifting anyways. How good is a fully motion game going to be?
It's true.
I think it's 4 ice
I think
cubes.
I got 4 ice cubes in here.
PS Plus Essentials for June were announced, obviously, last week. And they are not what we read as rumors on our last podcast. They are actually NBA 2K23, Jurassic World Evolution 2, and Trek Tiomi. So now you can try that if you want. Remember, I played on Xbox, and I was like, I want to like this, but I just don't.
Trek Tiomi?
Yeah.
I added it to my library.
Okay.
But, I don't know.
Jurassic World Evolution 2 is my kind of game.
It looks kind of cool.
But I want it like on a... I don't...
Those kind of games don't work well when you're like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want it on PC. I want to play it on PC for free or on a phone or iPad or something. Yeah. And then Switch Online, its June updates are coming, and they are Kirby Tilt and Tumble for the Game Boy, Blaster Master Enemy Below for the Game Boy, Mystery Tower for the NES, and Harvest Moon for SNES. Now, you did like Harvest Moon? I'm surprised you never got Stardew Valley.
Quick. And what I found is... Where would I have played? Oh, maybe it's on the Pi.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, when I played it on an emulator on PC, at least the one I used, if you hold tilde, it like everything goes into like fast motion. That went a long way
It's
in
like me playing
enjoying
Final
this
Fantasy
game.
VII.
When I was trying to play this game, just not being able to like fast forward and stuff, it's just like I had to walk all the way back to my house from on top of the mountain, and like I'm just
With your potatoes.
it's not it's not that much fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it on the emulator when I could just like speed things up, but I don't know. It's a lot of just a whole bunch of nothing.
I don't care about Harvest Moon, but there's something about Stardew Valley, and everybody says.
Don't you also like fight in that? I think it's very
you do
basic.
something
but,
basic
like,
because you do some kind of dungeon crawling for ingredients and seeds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think, but everybody says it's like the perfect Vita game. So whenever they shut the Vita store down, I'll probably just be like, let me just buy this so I've got it. And that guy's working on a new game too. I can't remember what it was something chocolate fudge cake something. No, I'm serious. I don't know what it is, but yeah, look it up and then we'll sign off. It's something chocolate and cake based or something. You've got like a chocolate factory in the mountains or something. Why do I have this memory? God, I hope I'm right. That would be amazing. Stardew Valley.
Well, I'm trying to figure out
game.
who made it. Eric Barone.
Oh, everybody loves Eric. 1-2 Switch was not good. There you go, Sean. Thank you, James. Everybody 1-2 Switch. Am I close?
What did you say?
Chocolate factory game. It's like a chocolate factory game in the mountains.
Haunted Chocolatier.
Oh! So close. What is it? Does it say what it is?
Haunted Chocolatier is a simulation game with action role-playing elements. The player's character runs a confectionery store. The player collects ingredients to make chocolate confections while also interacting with town locals and ghosts. The player can pursue romantic relationships with non-player characters and can customize the layout of their store.
I thought I was going to say with ghosts.
That's what I was expecting. Is this out? Oh, no, upcoming.
No,
Okay.
it's upcoming. And he's a one-man team, I think. So, yeah. I don't know. That is it for episode 325. Thank you all so much for being here. This was a long one. I figured it would be. I hope I wasn't too negative and everything, but man, I don't know. We're going to find out more about all these games in the coming weeks and months, and we will be here to talk about it. But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.